Hi, how's it going, guys? Oh, Jesus. This gets me. Sorry. I'm back. The name's Justin. Um, I figured I would post another video since the other one was me just rambling on about random stuff. My apologies. But, I wanted to base this video on changes that I've seen from pre-T up until now, which is almost me 2 years on testosterone. So let's get into this. So I started testosterone July 26th of 2018. And this July, I will be 2 years on testosterone. So from July of 2016, whoa, I just messed up. From July 26th of 2018, there you go. I've seen a lot of changes, and I figured I would share them from the first change that I've ever seen till now. So let's get started. So the first change that I saw was that my skin became more oily than it was pre-T. And the reason for that, with the male hormones or whatever, in most cis males, their skin is more oily and their sweat glands is higher than females. So as of saying that, males sweat a little more than females do because like their gland, like I guess it's a glands. I believe that what it is. Like I'm not scientifically like smart about this, but I'm pretty sure that like males sweat more because like their skin's more like open than like females like skin's like open. It's like I don't know, it's weird. It's just weird. So like that was like the first change that I ever saw. Literally the minute that I injected myself with my first shot, although like I did have a bunch of like anxiety and I was sweating to begin with because like I was happy yet also scared at the time. That was like the first change that I saw was like my skin became like oily within like the first like week to 2 weeks. So that was like a little scary. Second thing, this is gonna get a little graphic. Prior to any other videos, if you have any, like if you're a little upset about it, like just let me know. I'm gonna try my best, but since it's the topic of my second change, I will say it once, and then I will prefer it as something else. So the second change that I saw within like a month was that my clitoris, which is my penis, put it that way, grew. I know it sounds weird, but being on testosterone, you pretty much grow like a small penis. It like pretty much before T, like pre-T or whatever, like like your clitoris is like flat. Well, not flat, but I mean like it's more like like smooth, like smoother and stuff like that. And being on to like T, you pretty much grow like a small penis. It varies in different sizes depending on the person's genes or, just depending on the person themselves. For me, like where my bottom growth is at today, I'm satisfied with it. It helped me with my dysphoria with my bottom area, which is a good thing. Because prior to like my first video, probably rambling on, I don't really remember. I'm not planning on getting bottom surgery like at all. So with the progress that I have today and probably for the rest of my life, I am okay with the growth change that I've experienced. It also pretty much the reason of why I say like it's different is because instead of it being like always down, it pretty much gets hard. Kind of like a guy's penis gets hard. So I pretty much get a boner when I'm, like sexually active, which it's pretty fucking cool. Oops, my bad. It's pretty cool. I didn't mean to curse. But anyway, so next, let's get to the next change. Within between 3 to 6 months, I noticed my voice was starting to change. My voice started cracking actually 2.5 to 3 months in on T, which that was a really good experience for me. It also was kind of embarrassing because a lot of my friends and also coworkers at the time would make fun of me for it, and they would also think it's cool too, because like like most of my coworkers never like were around someone that was trans, and they thought it was like pretty cool that once like I had those hormones flowing through my body, like my voice would like actually change and get deeper. Cause being on pre-T, like my voice was actually pretty deep for like a cis female, and once I started T, like it got even deeper, which I love my voice now so much, so much. And this is the deepest it's gonna get, because after a year, close to almost 2 years, is pretty much when your voice, like, this is the deepest my voice is gonna get, and I'm perfect of where it's at. I am happy where my voice is at. Another change. Next change that I saw. This would probably be within the same amount of time as like my voice changing. Facial hair and hairline at the top of my head. So, excuse me, that was gross. What was it? Between like 4 and 6 months, I noticed little hairs on like where my mustache is right now. That pretty much was like the first like viewing of like facial hair. Um, I did start shaving when I first started to, like to open the pores on my face, so like the hair like has like a specific spot like I want it to grow, which like that'll like help you in the long run, like starting to shave, like like to like get that feeling of shaving. Yeah, no, I move with my hands a lot, whatever. But like my hairline too, like my hairline was a little lower, and now it's like higher up, and it's like more like over here and like over here, and like pre-T, like it was more like closer to like the center, because like like the parting my hair when I did have long hair, like that's why. But like now, like having it like this and stuff, like I mean I love my hair, like like I do need a haircut, I'm not gonna lie, but like I do love my hair, like it's like one of my like main things that like I need to make sure like is good, is like my hair. And like like the facial hair, my sideburns came in within like closer to like a year, same with like the underneath of my beard and stuff. That pretty much came closer to like a year, and like I'm happy with the progress. Like I do need this to come in a little bit more, but I'm just letting it do its own thing right now. Like I do like shave, like my neck. Like I had hair come on my neck right here, and I pretty much just shave it off because like it's not growing in the way I want it to. Same with like my cheeks, like my cheek area, and like right down here, I pretty much shave that because like it doesn't come in the way I want it to yet. So it'll help it like mature and maybe grow in the way I want it to. Next, muscle deficiency, which from being pre-T, I was like, like my arms were more skinnier, and now being on T, they're more defined. You can't really tell because I'm wearing a hoodie, but my muscles like are a little bigger, like my arms are a little thicker. Speaking of like muscle mass or like weight wise, I could talk about like weight real quick. With your hips, that was another change that I saw. So from pre-T, I used to wear like a size 36 in pants for my waist, and now I'm a 32 because pretty much the fat from your hips goes to your stomach with being on T, and that was a big change for me, and it also made me a little happy because like my pant size like went down like somewhat dramatic, but not too dramatic. But like that was like a big change that I saw, so that like made me like really happy that like my hips were not like big as hell anymore, and they were like smaller. So like I'm like, yes, this is perfect. One last change that I noticed is pretty much my mind and my soul. I'm always gonna have the same brain that I was born with, no matter what. but my views in a lot of things have changed dramatically since pre-T and now. Being on the hormones, I mean, like, even before the hormones, I always felt like a guy. You know, like, I was always into like guy activities and stuff like that, but now being on T, like, I think a lot more like a male. Speaking of which, when it comes to my sex drive, not saying that like females aren't very sexually active, but males are a little more sexually active, and that's like another change that you'll see when you take T, is that your sex drive is going to go up like really high. Um, Pretty much what my doctor has told me before I started testosterone. Like, they would ask you questions and stuff like that, and you have to fill out paperwork, and you have to fill out, like, sign your name on like something like, are you willing to let these changes happen to you? And I'm like, yeah. Um, so pretty much that's like another thing. And going back a little bit too, part of, like, you know, like the body and stuff. Uh, so with most people, when you take T, your period stops. For me, my period didn't stop within 5 to 6 months, which was not good, not normal, because I started off with a point 0.3, which is about like a little bit of a low dose of T for like my first shot. Like, that's what they wanted to do, like, to start the progress like slow. And within like 3 months, like, that's normally for people, that's normally when your period would stop. But for me, it didn't stop for like 6 months. So they had to higher my dose to like a point 0.5, which is like obviously like a little bit more T like going through my body, and that kind of like made me upset at the time. But now, like, I haven't had like my period since, which is like a really big thing. Um, that's pretty much like it that I have right now to like share. Um, Before this video ends, I am planning on posting another video probably within like a week or two. Um, I'm going to write down like a couple questions. Uh, I'm trying to think of how to say this. I'm kind of like winging this. This is what I do with my videos for right now until I get like a plan going on. So I figured I would like share a video. My girlfriend, her name's Haley. I'm gonna have her do a video by herself, and then I'll come in at the end and like talk for like a couple minutes. But talk about like our relationship and like what it's like dating someone that's trans. Because everyone's relationship is different, whether you're trans or not, or whether you're like a straight, like a cis male or cis female, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But I figured I would have her come and talk. I'm gonna write down like a few questions for her to like answer, and stuff like that. And like then I'll come in at the end and talk for a couple minutes, and that's pretty much all I have so far. Now that this video is coming to an end, because I got nothing else to say right now. If you like this video, like, please like it. If you don't like it, I don't care. As I said in the prior video, like my first ever video, everyone has their own opinions. They can judge me for who I am, but I don't really care because I'm living my best life. I have an Instagram I can put down in the comments, like, so you can follow me, or if you want to message me directly on Instagram, like, do so. I'm willing to help you out and talk to you about completely anything. And that's all I got for today. So thank you so much for whoever watches this video. I try my best to put myself out there so I can help people that are just like me, or just help anyone in general, whether you're trans or anything. And, you know, like, comment anything if you want me to do any other videos, or if you have any suggestions for videos, please feel free to let me know. And have a good rest of your day.